What's up, guys? Me, Life today. I'm going to be doing 25 Disney movie fan theories that actually got confirmed. Before you get started, make sure to hit that bell so you can get notified when I make a new video. Also, like this video to get this to like 100 likes or 50. But let's get started. Number 25. Everyone finding Riley. Everyone knows that Pixar loves to include little Easter eggs in all of its films. There might be a reference to another movie subtly hiding in the background, or sometimes a more obvious crossover. Think Flick from and Hamlet from A Bug's Life showing up at the end of Toy Story 2. Eagle-eyed fans try their hardest to spot these links as soon as each new film is released. When Finding Dory hit our cinema screens back in 2016, most of us were too excited to see what could happen to Forgetful Fish, to notice a hidden Pixar secrets. However, hardcore fans quickly theorized that Riley, the protagonist from 2015's Inside Out, was one of the school children that was visiting the aquarium that Dory was trapped in. This remained pure speculation until Disney put the link in the video posted on official Toy Story Facebook page. Nice. Number 24. Ooh, is that you? I know I covered this one in my last video, but let's continue. I know that you're thinking how you can watch a witch from the medieval Scotland that can be the same person as a child from a futuristic society. Well, quite easily in the Pixar universe that claim that Boo and the witch from Brave are one of the same person from a pure famous Pixar theory. Disney superfan named John McBride theorized that every single Pixar movie takes place in the same universe. What's more, the plot of every Pixar film is linked in the same way. In case of Brave and Monsters, Inc., the link is Boo. McBride believes that young Boo missed her BFF Sully so much that as an adult she decided to travel through space and time to find him. Through her search, she ended up in the medieval Scotland in a scene from Brave. A carving of Sully can even be seen in a witch's home. Since Disney themselves emphasized this connection in their Pixar Easter egg video, fans have taken the theory to be basically confirmed. Number 23. The little brother of two surprising princesses. For ages, this idea of Tarzan is Elsa and Anna's frozen brother just seemed like another unrealistic fan theory. Sure, Elsa, Anna's parents, could have been shipwrecked when their boat got into trouble. Maybe they somehow ended up in the jungle and have been somewhere on the journey. But since there's no reference to sell another Frozen or Tarzan, this can't be true, can it? Well, apparently it can. In an interview with MTV, Frozen director James Buck confirmed that Tarzan, Anna, and Elsa are siblings. He always imagined that Anna and Elsa's parents didn't perish in the shipwreck in the plot of Tarzan. It just seemed to be neatly fit his idea. And shame the king and queen ended up getting eaten by leopards, and the poor couple couldn't catch a break. Number 22. The Genie in Disguise. Everyone Disney fans know who the bright blue wisecracking genie is. He's possibly the most popular character in Aladdin. The peddler, however, is most mysterious. He signs the movie opening number, Arabian Nights, and he is introduced to the story of the magic lamp, and that house is a huge secret. But how does he know so much about the lamp in this province? The answer: because the peddlers are actually a genie in disguise. Evidence: both characters have the same voice actor, similar personalities. Peddler's robe is the same color as Genie's body. Finally, the two both have only 4 fingers on their hands. Pretty convincing, right? While this started out as nothing but a fan theory, Aladdin started to later confirm that is correct. It had to cut the big reveal out the final film, but the genie and the peddler are definitely the same guy. Number 21. Frozen has hidden political meaning. Most people watch Disney Frozen assume it is just an innocent little story. However, pretty soon after the movie was just released, rumors began to spread that it had actually a hidden political meaning. Apparently, people thought that the kids would be more likely to act against climate change if they see how the pretty colder areas of the planet are. That's right, guys. If you don't lower our carbon dioxide emissions, we're all off for melt forever, just like the polar ice caps. Incredibly, the main barometer of the frozen climate change theory was the U.S. government. They essentially confirmed that the hidden political motive existed in the film when they tried to use frozen characters in their environmental campaigns. However, Disney got a bit annoyed about their brand using for political purposes. The idea was shelved. You might say that Obama administration let it go. I'll show you. I'll show myself out. Number 20. It was all a dream. People love to speculate that Disney events and TV shows and films take place in their lead characters find. But what what if it's all a dream or a figment in their imagination? Disney Channel's former flagship show Hannah Montana was no exception. For years, fans theorized that Miley Stewart's alter ego was either a dream or a crazy fantasy. Maybe she's just another kid whose ambition was to become a famous pop star. Was Miley secretly suffering from kind of split personality disorder? The conspiracy theories were endless. While all these theories were pretty fun to end, nobody really expected them to be true. However, Disney Channel decided to surprise all in the Disney DVD extra that Hannah Montana's final season. The alternate ending was included with the events which shows actually Miley Cyrus's child fantasies, but she desperately wanted to become a pop star, as we all know, the dream that came true. How heartwarming. Number 19. Hercules and Ariel definitely related. Now, Hercules and Ariel might not seem like two Disney characters who are likely to be related. For one, Hercules is set in ancient Greece, while Little Mermaid takes place literally 1,000 years later. However, numerous Disney fans have noticed the pair both descended from mythical gods and thus must be a family become on the same level. As we all know, Hercules is the son of Zeus. Turns out Zeus shares more than just excellent facial hair with Ariel's father, Triton. Triton is the son of Poseidon, who is a brother of Zeus, meaning Herc and Ariel are first cousins. Once removed, red hair clearly runs in the family. It does taste for adventure. Number 18. Alice Has Fun in Wonderland. Everyone knows Alice in Wonderland was one of the strangest Disney movies out there. Behind only Fantasia, it was fairly faithful to Lewis Carroll's original book, meaning it was full of weird and wonderful characters. There's Chester the cat, with his huge creepy smile, and an appropriately named Mad Hatter. Even the scenery in the film was bright, colorful, and most trippy at times. But was Wonderland actually that weird, or is Alice under the influence of some interesting things during her trip there? This is a debate that has been raging for decades. Some fans are convinced that smoke that Alice encounters in the film was less than innocent. Others admit the fans are reading too much into the movie. However, the clues are pretty much definitive. I mean, Alice even eats a questionable-looking mushroom at one point. The other interpretations is there. Number 17. Aladdin is actually a futuristic tale. When it comes to the setting of Aladdin, a lot of things are pretty left ambitious. For one, nobody's quite sure what the time period it takes place in. Genie makes it a lot to pop culture, referencing related to the 1990s, but character style of dress in the city was more home in the 800s. So, which is the 21st century or the 9th? Well, neither, according to some fans. The real setting: a post-apocalyptic future society. Okay, hear me out here. When the genie is released from his lamp, he says, "It's stuck in there for 10,000 years." However, he was clearly aware of the life in the 1990s, judging by his jokes. So the film must be taking place 10,000 years after the present day. Plus, the official 11 video game featured modern-day stop signs and explosives just hanging around in Argaba that emanates the past society. Perhaps it makes sense. Number 16. The story of human destruction. Have you ever wondered where all the humans are in the car universe? Like, Lightning McQueen and his friends clearly live on our planet. Cities like London, Tokyo are featured, but have other humans inhabitants gone? Are we in the alternate universe where they never existed at all? Or did they exist in vehicles of the movie? Get rid of them somehow. Fans speculated about this for years, but could never come to a conclusion that it wasn't slightly sinister. Well, it turns out they might just grant away with the computers. Pixar creative director Jay Ward from an interview with Screen Crush that the cars did in fact get rid of every single human on the planet after the vehicles consumers. They decided to having people around was necessary for them. Lightning? Any more lightning? Matter? Why? Well, that's it for today's video. I know I said 25, but since it doesn't let me film for like 17 minutes, I'm just gonna end it right here, make a part 2, and then boom. Peace.